I'm Michaela Efford and I am 28 years old. I'm a fashion photographer. I do lifestyle, street style, but mainly street style. I'm Jamaican, Estonian and British. I was actually born at St Mary's Hospital, same as the princes. So I actually didn't study photography at uni. I studied art. I did art and history of art. I actually didn't have enough grades to actually do a joint, but in my first year, I did really well in the joint courses that they actually let me go onto it. So, you don't have to be that great at your course. Yeah, I got into photography. Oh, you know what? This is one that always gets to me. I don't actually know how I got into photography. I think I've always had a passion for photography, or like a love. Like if you see around my house, we have like random images and photos. So I feel like I've always been put around art. And yeah, I think it really just started from doing maybe self-portraits. And then that's why I thought, okay, people love photos, so why don't I get into it? So I think in my last year of uni, I started thinking, how can I use my degree? And photography was the one. In university, I studied art and history of art, and they didn't actually want me to do photography. They actually made me do films more. So I was pushed to do films instead of photography. But yeah, I thought no one wants a video of me, so let me take photos of other people. Did social media help my career? I'm gonna have to say a big yes. Influencers definitely did. I started photography at a time where influencers were just starting out. It was when Instagram was just about coffee pictures. It wasn't about really outfit pictures. So that's how I really got into it. I started seeing influencers posting photos of themselves, and I was wondering who was taking these photos because they didn't actually tag any photographers. And then I realised there must be someone, maybe I could be that person. And yeah, so that's how I really started photography, was basically getting my way into influencers and working with fashion that way. In this memory box, I have some stuff that's related to my art and photography. I was a stylist, and I was a stylist at this GQ magazine for a Daniel Radcliffe shoot, and then I had La Holmes as well. So that's how I started. That's how I realised I wanted to be a photographer. I actually didn't like styling at all. Men's styling was easy, but I couldn't iron shirts. So I was like, if I can't iron a basic shirt, how am I going to be a men's stylist? Being on set kind of helped me understand how hectic production is. Nothing seems to ever go right, even if you have a brief and a plan, but at the end of the day, if we're all happy, it's a good shoot. Styling did help me when it came to photography, because of sometimes an influencer will bring an outfit and I'll be like, can we just change it up a little bit? Like, I can make them look a little bit more flattering, some of the outfits than sometimes they were putting on. So yeah, I would say styling did help. What inspires my photography? It definitely is other photographers, seeing how they shoot, like the angles. One of my favourite photographs is Terry O'Neill's photograph of Faye Dunaway, which is this one in the magazine that we literally just stumbled across. And I actually have it downstairs in my house. My family's house. But yeah, no, it really stood out to me as a kid. I don't even know why it stood out to me. Maybe it's because of, I'm looking at this like luxurious actress after a party with all the tabloids about her, and you'd think it'd be like such a happy kind of moment for her, like winning an Oscar, you can kind of tell there, but she looks really depressed, and the scene is so beautiful, but yet she doesn't look happy. Any photographers in particular that I'm inspired by? I think Jessica Kobasi, she's really good, an amazing American fashion photographer. There's Nick Knight, he's really good, really arty. Alexander McQueen, I actually loved his exhibition at the V&A. I actually teared up a little bit, and my sister thought it was really embarrassing because I saw this projection, this hologram of Kate Moss as a nymph, and honestly I started shedding a tear, and my sister was like, what are you doing? This is actually really embarrassing. But I was so moved by his work that I got really emotional, and I think it's stuff like art like that that really gets and connects with you. I don't know if it was like the atmosphere in the room, the music, but something about it just made me tear up. And yeah, I'm also inspired by music, like Amy Winehouse. I love her music, and so sometimes I think just listening to music, sometimes I get more creative. I don't know what it is, maybe just hearing like the lyrics and being like, oh, I have a vision for this lyrics. And then, yeah, just, I guess, actual artists, like feminist artists. There's, you know, got Tracy M and Sarah Lucas. Yeah, I guess that's what I've done in art. I studied loads of feminist artists. So I would say feminism, like feminist artists and artwork, does really help me with my work. I'm trying to show the best in my clients, like bring them up as really powerful, strong women. So yeah, when I capture them, I want to capture them being strong and powerful, because that's what inspires me. That's why when you look at my Instagram, I mainly just post women, the women I'm inspired by. Obviously, a woman taking photos of another woman is going to be from a more female gaze, and I guess that's what photography is mainly dominated in. It's from like the male gaze, because it's mainly men that do photography. And you know, people are still surprised that I'm a photographer. Like when I meet them, especially men, they're always like, oh, I didn't realize you did photography. We thought you'd be doing more, I guess if I was going to be creative, they'll expect that I'm going to be a social media manager, which I actually was at one point. But yeah, like I've gone on jobs and they've gone for my assistant and thought my assistant was the photographer, and I was like, no, I am. So I think it's still, female photographers are becoming more recognised, but still confusing to some people. What I wish to inspire my work is to really highlight how amazing women are in fashion. You know, I'm trying to get the best picture of them. I'm trying to make them feel beautiful, feel, you know, really empowered. And I do leave my shoots sometimes and they will message me, my clients, being like, you made me feel so good, like I love the photos so much. And that's really my biggest joy, like a client telling me they like the photos, like especially when I doubt myself all the time. I'm always like, oh my god, I love hearing this. So I think that's my biggest ethos, is highlighting women.